Bar wheat, grana wheat, ninny bong, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. So today we're having a look at the newly released Hotlink Seeker from the War for Cybertron trilogy. So this is part of the Netflix reissues, and actually this guy is a pretty hot property here in the UK. My original pre-order on this guy actually got cancelled because the place I got it from couldn't get enough stock. So I actually had to reach out to Smith's Toys, and they had one model in their warehouse, and I was able to actually grab that copy from there. So yeah, very difficult to actually get hold of this guy in the UK at the moment. But what we're going to take a look at here is Hotlink actually all he's cracked up to be? Is he worth the extra money? And also, who is Hotlink? So let's start right there. So who is Hotlink? Is Hotlink just a transformer that they've created for the new Netflix TV series, which comes out next month, and I'm so excited about that? No, actually, he is a transformer from the very first episode of G1. So he is an original G1 character. So if you remember when Bumblebee and Wheeljack are on the bridge in Cybertron and somebody throws the ring of fire around Wheeljack and around Bumblebee, that is Hotlink. That is Hotlink. So that whole idea of Hotlink, we playing with fire, I'm throwing around a burning ring of fire to those guys. That's the whole kind of idea and concept that feeds into this this box set. So as we always do on my channel, let's first take a little look at the box art. So you can see straight away that all of these Netflix issue ones, the ones that are specifically released to coincide with the release of the Netflix TV series, they have this kind of white box versus the old boxes, which were obviously black in colour. So now there's a bit of a switch up there, so these stick out straight away. There's the red and the white all over it to coincide with Netflix, obviously Netflix logo, red and white, so it all goes together. So what you get on here is at the front you get Netflix TV series, Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy, Transformers on the side, Decepticon, Hotlink, awesome artwork on the side here, very nice. I actually quite like the way that this is the white on red look with the purple, very nice. On the back we see the product shots of this guy, so we can see Hotlink, his little symbol there. He's purple and black. Anyone who knows this channel knows I love me some purple and black Decepticons, so this was an easy pickup for me. He transforms in 22 steps, the exact same way as the rest of the Seekers do. He comes with Heatstroke and Heartburn. No idea how to tell these two apart at all. When you look at the figures later on, you'll see, oh no, I can see now one has an orange and one has a yellow visor. Okay, so we've now learned how to do that. They change in 5 steps. So the whole package is Heartburn, Heatstroke and Hotlink, and they turn into these little flamethrowers. Of course they are a reissue of Blowpipe, and Hotlink himself is a reissue of Skywarp's base figure. Then we have the side, so the original artwork here has been kind of given this like red sepia, I think is the best way to describe it, or certainly a red filter has been pushed over it, and it's quite nice. I quite like this little adjustment to it. I don't think it loses anything within it. It just gives it maybe just that little bit of a different flavour there on the awesome artwork that we always got on the side. And then at the back you can see a massive red Decepticon logo, And then here, I don't know how well this shows up in the light, but just in the corner here, you get a nice backdrop of basically this logo here, but kind of in a red and black. The top, you get an Autobot logo, not sure why, should be Decepticon, and then More Than Meets the Eye Transformers, and the underneath is red with a barcode. So all in all, nice big box. Obviously you've got to fit 3 pieces in here, but yeah, very nice box and box art here. Then we start to look at the figure itself. So this is Hotlink, and straight up, this paint job is something else. This purple and black airbrush style paint job is awesome. Obviously through this we lose a little bit of the painted detail, and there's no like battle scarring. I'll bring out STARSCREAM in a second just for a comparison between the two, but overall this is such a beautiful looking, striking figure here. If anybody has been watching this channel from the beginning, and please go back and see some of my first videos that I did, they will know that the Tetra Jet Seekers is really what got me back into collecting Transformers again. The STARSCREAM one was the first review I did, the first thing that I picked up, and so a purple and black Seeker, with it being Hotlink, was an easy pickup for me, and I really like this jet. Take him just off the stand there for a second, and we can start to really see the difference between the paint here. You can see you still get all this beautiful molded detail. The plastic on this feels different, if I can say. I don't know if it's the paint that they've used or the way that they've airbrushed it, but it does feel a little bit different to the plastic that you can feel on the normal release of these. But I think it might be something to do with the way that they've painted it. But the figure itself just feels absolutely beautiful. Yep, still a little bit messed up around the back. Obviously, that's not going to change. Still looks a bit strange, but just look at the way that this is painted. If I bring out the STARSCREAM here, so you can bring out STARSCREAM and we can look at the two kind of side by side here. You can see the differences that we're starting to get straight away. So you can see the difference between them with their paint jobs. You can see all of the kind of battle damage here that I really like. I'm not somebody who hates on the battle damage at all. I actually quite like it. But you can see on Screamer there, and then we have a look versus Hotlink here. We can really see the difference between the way each one is painted and just the way that the paint looks. This has got kind of a shiny. This is almost a bit of a more of a matte type effect, but the way that it's all blended in, it's an absolute thing of beauty. I'm in love with the paint job on this. So that's the Tetra Jet. We know how they look. It's the triangular version, the Tetra Jet. Yeah, the back of it is a bit messed up. No getting away from that. Something else I do like on this, you can see these little flashes of orange, and then when you go underneath as well, you've got this like spray painted orange finish underneath that just comes out of nowhere. Matches the kind of windscreen that you get there. Absolutely fantastic, absolutely beautiful. So accessories for this guy, he comes with removable null rays. So the null rays themselves, really nice molded detail, just completely black, no paint on these. STARSCREAMs didn't have any either, so these are just the null rays, the basic null rays. They come on, they come off. You can attach them to any of the gun ports, the same as we can with any of the other Siege lines. So they're his basic ones, but of course this is the triple pack. So he comes with Heartburn, and he comes with Heatstroke. So Heartburn and Heatstroke are here. So Heartburn and Heatstroke, 2 guns, and this for me is where this kind of package starts to fall down a little bit. But let's have a look at the first one. So this is the reissue of Blowpipe. completely two different types of blue, more of a turquoisey type blue and a lighter turquoise blue. I guess some nice molded detail here. So this one is, take a look at the visor, this is Heartburn, and then we have a look at Heatstroke again, turquoise blue, slightly different coloured visor. We'll have a look at the transformation on these guys in a bit. Nice looking guns. For me, I've got a little bit of an issue. I like my shit to be symmetrical. Obviously, if he's holding a gun in each hand, the gun part of it, the part where you can attach a flame to, are both on the same side. And for me, I would have liked to have seen it switched so you get that symmetry between the two. So we've got one gun in one hand, one gun in the other. Could have been a nice change up between the two of these as well, rather than just a different coloured visor. For me as well, you know, yeah, it's a big piece of blue plastic. I would have liked to have seen some paint on the gun itself. I really would have liked to have seen some kind of some more just more detailing from paint or different color plastics that are on this. It's just a big lump of blue plastic, which is, it's okay, there's molded detail, but I really would have liked to have seen more. My second challenge with these is, yeah, they fit in his hands obviously during robot mode, but I thought that the idea of Siege was that the guns would fit wherever. I think he would look pretty cool with these. Well, you can already see the challenge that we have. I would have thought he would look really cool with these underneath as a plane, but one falls out, the other one is, oh, it stays there just about in there, but you can feel that that is pretty loose, and if you try and put it in the other one, it stays there just about, but not 100%, you know. And this one has absolutely no chance at going in. And it's the same with the gun slots on the side. On here, it would have looked pretty cool, I think, to have them there, and then they just both fall out of there. So you've got no chance to use the two additions, Heatstroke and Heartburn, in his jet mode, which I think is a real shame. So for the comparison, let's bring out first of all STARSCREAM, which we've already brought out, I know, but let's have a look at these two side by side. They go obviously really well together. He has, for me, he's got less paint on him than STARSCREAM, but he just pops. He's a much better painted, for me, for my collection, I think he's a much better painted Seeker. So now let's bring out somebody who I really wish was the same size as Jetfire, but unfortunately isn't, and that's Astrotrain. Please, 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 somebody make an oversized version of this guy and fix all this crap around here as well. But still, I really wish this guy was bigger. Same size as Jetfire would have been fantastic. So next to Astrotrain, you can see he's a bit bigger, sort of taller than Astrotrain, and he's a little bit shorter than Astrotrain, but a similar size. They look quite nice together. Again, black and purple. Take away Astrotrain and bring out another one of my little faves from the Siege line, and that is Nemesis Prime. So next to Nemesis Prime, who's black and turquoisey green, you can see how they look together, and they are a very similar size, both being Voyager class. So then we can get to the transformation, and guys, I'm not going to do the transformation on Hotlink. If you want to see how he transforms, because he transforms the same as STARSCREAM, please go back to my first ever video on this channel, and that was the video for STARSCREAM, and you'll be able to see how he transforms there. I'll stick a link down in the description, and also you'll probably get a little card at the top now directing you to the playlist that he's in. But let's do the little transformation on Heatstroke and Heartburn. Very simply, all we do with these guys is unclip the hands. Got two little pegs here to kind of keep the whole thing together. Unhook the legs, bring their waists together, unhook the legs, and post him down. And there we have a Heatstroke And then we can take apart the hands, the legs, bring the gun down, and there we have Heartburn. So there are Heartburn and Heatstroke together. Bring the camera in a little bit closer to these guys. We can get a little bit of a better look at these guys. So we can see Heartburn and Heatstroke here together. Difference between the two, as I've said before, is that we have the orange visor and we have the yellow visor. Orange visor, Heatstroke, yellow visor, Heartburn. And for these guys, let's have a look at the head sculpt. Nice looking head sculpt. We get no articulation on the head, which we sometimes do with some of the headmasters. These being target masters, we get none. Decepticon logo there on the side, and then some quite nice molded detail in the robot mode there, if we can get him to stand up, and some silver paint on the chest. And then the same with Heartburn. Again, we get silver face, yellow visor, Decepticon logo, and some silver paint there. I wish they'd have found a way to just flip this down as well. That would have been pretty cool. I'm pretty sure we could do that these days, so it's a real shame that just kind of sticks out like an old school one. I like the way that the legs clip together, because I think the old Target Masters, you couldn't unclip the legs, so you can still have it the same as an old Target Master, I guess, or even an old Headmaster. So that's pretty cool. Articulation wise, both are the same, so we'll have a look here at Heartburn's. Is you get some 360 degree on the arm, you get some on the hips, and the legs will go forward at 90 degrees on each one. Can he do the classic karate kick? I don't think we'll be able to get this guy to balance and do that because of his big old gun backpack. No, can't really do that. Can you try? No, too big on the backpack, so we can't get no karate kick action. Overall, yeah, nice. Again, maybe would have liked to see this mode. Actually is not too bad for lack of paint. There is some little bits of paint on there that makes stuff pop out, so not too bad in the robot mode. But like I said, for me, especially at this price point, I would have liked to see a bit of paint on the gun mode. So now let's have a look at this fully transformed Hotlink in his robot mode, and you can see how cool this guy looks now. Those orange bits on the wings now really stand out when he's in robot mode. They match the bits on the chest that are orange. Awesome light pipe in there through his eyes. You can see that it really shines through. If I take him up to the light, you can see those lights really shining through on that. That really sets it off. Something I definitely think is missing on the Siege, not the Siege, sorry, on the Earthrise stuff is the light piping. I love my eyes looking pretty alive. Definitely need that back with some of the Earthrise stuff, the old light piping. Looks fantastic, molded detail as always, and the paint job that this guy has now just looks absolutely fantastic. When we look at the model itself, you can see that purple and black, the different airbrush style that we have here just really sets this piece off. As always, lots of nice molded detail. Obviously it's not painted detail too much on this because just the airbrush styling that he has. Nice little purple high heels there at the back, and of course this character does have quite the backpack because he's one of the Seekers who has the big backpacks part of this line. Head sculpt here, I do believe this is Skywarp's head sculpt, although I think this is pretty much the same as the one I've got on my STARSCREAM. Let me just check. Nope, so it's different to my STARSCREAM one. So this is Skywarp's head sculpt. So this is just don't let my camera focus. This is just a reissue of the Skywarp model. Bring him out and put him next to Commander STARSCREAM, and we can see how cool they look next to each other. And of course STARSCREAM does not want to stand up in my booth today. These that is one downside, I would say, from the Seekers within this range within Siege, is that their feet are a little on the thin side, so you can have some challenges sometimes in and around posability. Start to look at the differences between these two. As always, it just really comes down to the paint. Okay, so let's bring them both in and have a little look at the head sculpts here. So we can see Screamer's base here and Hotlink's are a little bit different. You can see the smile is a little bit different. They both have the cool light piping, but Screamer's got a silverer face and his is kind of a matte grey type effect here. Obviously molded detail on both is identical. Everything else is identical other than the paint, which is classic Screamer with damage versus Hotlink with his airbrush styling. Okay, so let's have a little look at the articulation here on this, guys. So articulation wise, you get the head on a kind of a ball joint and this little section here that can go back and forwards. This bit is a little bit impaired because of the backpack and the way that it clips in. It always wants to kind of pull the head back a bit, so you kind of have to loosen the backpack here a little bit just to be able to make his head come all the way forward. So I wouldn't recommend on pushing this all the way in, then you can get a good place for the head and it's not kind of arching back like that. You see the difference? So you just have to kind of loosen the backpack a little bit and then you get his head in a decent place. Arms are in a pretty good place. So the top, you don't get a full 360 rotation just because of the wings, but you can move the wings out of the way if you so choose. You then get a nice little bit of range of motion here on the elbow, and you can get a full 360 there if you remove the null ray. Then his hands, you get a twist, a little bit of a twist articulation here on the hands, so that's good as well. At the waist, you get some range of motion here, a little bit hindered obviously because of the way that the backpack is here at the back. Leg articulation, again, you get a good range of motion, but it is hindered again by the backpack here. Then at the hips, you will get a nice little bit of a stretch out here at the hips. And then at the knee, you get a pretty good knee bend here. You get some toe articulation, but as I say, my biggest challenge with these Seekers from Siege is definitely the fact that they are almost on high heels and that it kind of impairs their balance a little bit when you're trying to work with these guys. But overall articulation on this guy is good. Wings move around as well if you need them to. Accessories wise, we know that he comes with Heartburn and Heatstroke, which he can hold, even if it is a little loosely, in each hand. Again, I like some kind of symmetry with my guys, so the fact that both barrels are on the same side does irk me slightly, and definitely does bother me. He also comes with these little flame accessories that you can just attach on here and that you can attach on here, because obviously he is the master of fire. He is Hotlink, and that's the full way that he combines with these guys. Again, you can take them off and they do fit into a couple of the ports, but not every port, so you can take them off, take off the null rays, and they don't really fit into the null ray ports. They're a little bit too loose there, but the port on the arm, they will fit in, so he can wear them on his arms if you wish to kind of have them there like that on his arms. But for some reason they don't fit into any of the other ports, so the arm ports must be a slightly different size. So now, just for comparison, here he is again next to Commander STARSCREAM, the commander of the Seekers. So obviously they go very, very well together because they are part of the same team from Siege. They look pretty good together. Very, very nice. Next to Nemesis Prime, one of my favorite figures from the Siege line, Nemesis Prime there. Obviously same height because they're both from the Voyager class, but I think they look really, really cool together there. And then finally we can have him next to Astro Train. And he looks pretty nice. All the purples together match very, very well. I can see the battle damage here on Astro Train. He has no battle damage on him at all, which is you know, very different for the Siege lineup. I'm not sure if the other Netflix ones have no battle damage, but we shall see. And then if I bring out the guy who sets a ring of fire around Wheeljack. So next to Wheeljack, you can see he is bigger than Wheeljack because Wheeljack is just the deluxe size. So now it comes down to the final recommendation, and would I actually recommend this product to pick up? For me, it depends again on what it is you're looking for. If you're looking for a very different looking Seeker and you want to add this guy to your collection, I would say yeah, pick this guy up. If you're looking for something that's a little bit probably going to be rarer as well, then yeah, 100%. Price point on this guy is not too bad, I guess, considering you get two of the Battle Masters with him. But if you're picking up specifically for the Battle Masters, that they are the most disappointing element of this whole package for me. But this guy, for me, he was an easy pickup. Complete your Seekers collection if you want with this guy, but if you know that that you already love the Tetrajets, then I think this guy is an easy pickup. Definitely recommend this guy. Paint scheme alone is really, really good. Like I say, the only bit that lets this down for me is the two Battle Masters that he comes with. I wish there was a little bit more detail on those guys. I think it would have been really cool if they just released this guy as well without those two. But yeah, he's a little bit more premium, a little bit more pricey than trying to pick up a normal Seeker. But yeah, I definitely recommend this guy to complete your collection, 100%. And if you can't find that elusive Skywarp box set that is going for crazy money right now, he could be a good way of supplementing that in your collection. However, certainly UK wise, this guy's becoming fairly difficult to pick up too. So guys, thank you very much for checking out my video here. If you like what I'm doing, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright guys, see you in a bit. Peace.